Hi lovelies, it's Imogen. In this video I'm going to be doing a setup of my first Hobonichi Weeks, which is the Mega in Smoke Grey 2025. I'm also going to do a voiceover of personal thoughts, personal updates, why I've closed down my handmade jewelry business on Etsy, why I've deactivated some of my social media accounts, abandoned other social media accounts, and archived some of my content, as well as where I'm planning to go from here and my thoughts for 2025. If this isn't something you want to listen to, then absolutely feel free to mute this video, put on your own music or an audiobook, and just watch the video. I'll come back at the end for summaries and I will put links and stuff in the description below. Thanks for watching and listening if you do. And as said, there'll be more information in the description. I did actually create an A4 image with a pen test title page, which can be sized down. I've cropped mine to fit in my Hobonichi Weeks, and I've made these available for free to download, or you can tip me as an artist on my coffee. They are for personal use only, and I'll pop the link below for that. I figured I could section off a dozen or so pages at the end of my notes, as I got the mega and I wanted to use the notes for journaling, as said, but there isn't enough pages to do like a page per day journal. And honestly, it'll probably be more journaling when I actually have something to journal about, which may end up being multiple entries per page or multiple pages per entry. So I'm guessing I'll have some extra pages at the back, so I'll be able to separate some out for doing some pen testing, maybe some trackers. I'm not quite sure yet. And I'm also going to use one of these page darts that I got from Temu last year and use it at the bottom of the page to help me identify this section in my planner. So I'm very excited to have this set up as a pen testing section. So first off, I'm super excited to be using the Hobo Weeks. I'm quite anxious about it. A lot of people have been reporting some issues with the new Sands and Tomo River paper. Apparently it's hit and miss. One page will be really lovely and then the next page is bleeding or badly ghosting or smudging or just not drying. And even some of the pages are resisting some of the markers, which is not unlike Moleskin. And that's what really put me off buying more Moleskins or a Moleskin diary for 2025. At first, it did just seem that it was the fountain pen enthusiast community, but now it seems a much wider spread as many people are getting their Hobonichi planners ready for a November start or an early December start. Apparently, there's also no point in even doing a pen test because one page can vary to the next, or at least different sections like the months, the weeks, and the notes. Probably the best advice I've seen so far might be to stick to ballpoint pens and stickers and ditch wetter inks like gel pens, fountain pens, and stamping inks, even like chalk inks like Versa Magic Dewdrops. But you know me, I really like using different medias and mediums and such in my planners and my journals. So I'm going to do a pen test. I'm going to see what different inks I like on the back note sections. And I don't know, it'll be hit and miss. We'll see how it goes. But I'm still really quite excited. And of course, I love using my black inky pens, my grey markers, and of course, my stamps. If you'd like a more detailed, like my thoughts on these different mediums on this paper, then leave a comment below and that's definitely a video I could do. I did decide to use the official clear cover that I bought. I was going to use the one that my friend Josephine, aka StablerPlans, gifted me, a clear cover for the Hobonichi Weeks, and it has 2 elephant images on it, but I think for what I'm wanting to do, the elephant images are going to land in unwanted places. So I decided to just stick with the official Hobonichi one that I bought. I think it was like £5.50 on Amazon UK. So I've trained this cover by I basically took my mega out of the packaging, placed the clear cover on it, and then put it back in the mega packaging for the last like month or so. And that seems to have done quite well in training it. But for now, I'm going to mark the spine. I'm going to remove the cover, use my crocodile to hole punch, eyelet set, and then create a space where I can add a planner charm on a cord at the top of the spine. And alternatively, I could use the pen loop on the Hobonichi Weeks cover to apply additional pen loop or some kind. Or I could also use the bookmarks or create a bookmark or even attach something to the pen board. But anyway, I think I'm going to do it this way. Anyways, I'm going to make a planner charm that is crow themed. And while this is the section of the video where I should be plugging my Etsy shop where I was selling my handmade jewelry and accessories, including planner charms, But I've closed down my shop, or as of the 28th/29th of November, I'll be closed down. Quite a few sweet friends have asked how they can help to keep my business open, and even more have asked why I'm closing it. So I thought I'd just elaborate here that there are a few reasons. The first one being my health is my priority. The second is that in the last year, at the time of the decision that I made to close down my shop, it was because I'd only had 3 orders in the last year, which was costing me a lot of money. I'm not even covering my listing fees through the lack of orders, not through underpricing. Ultimately, it's a lot of work for no reward, and it was really getting my mental health down, as well as obviously physical health stuff that I was competing with. Part of that work also included that I haven't been able to make new products as a direct result of the amount of nuisance noise. The new outdoor nursery school that's directly next door to me, the kids are making noise constantly from like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday to Friday, with very few holiday breaks. In fact, in summer holidays, they had even more kids there. It's just a constant banging, clanging, screaming, crashing, yelling, animal noise, children making animal noises, etc. It's properly horrendous. The council are involved, but they don't care. Police have been involved, they don't care. Government, but it's still a huge ongoing thing. All my neighbors are involved, and there's a whole petition for it, and that's a whole other story. But it's literally making living life day to day as a disabled person who's home pretty much 24/7. It's it's not possible to live any kind of quality of life, let alone try and run a handmade business or try and do things that I enjoy, such as making products for my business. Anyway, I'm even having to record my YouTube stuff in the middle of the night or at 6 a.m. or on a weekend, and weekends is now the only time that I get to see my fiance due to his work travel schedule and the change in public transport. So I don't want to be out at my studio doing business stuff on a weekend. And also weekends is now the only time that my neighbors feel that they can really use their gardens and do stuff that they want to do. So come weekend, you have all the domestic noise from people doing their gardens and enjoying themselves, because they can't really do that Monday to Friday because of the nursery school. And then sometimes the nursery school have cleaners in on a weekend, or they have staff meetings, and for whatever reason the staff bring their children. So it's just, you can't really plan around noise unless you're literally, like, doing stuff in the middle of the night, which is less than ideal. Additionally, there's a couple more reasons. Yes, a couple more reasons. They're changing the shipping laws to shipping to EU. I think that's right. Even though I'm in the UK, they're not wanting imports to the EU, and businesses are having to apply for a special license. And even as a handmade business, if I ship there, I could get severely fined, and it's a whole thing, which is really annoying because I have a couple of friends who actually live in the EU, and we were like saying how they'd like to support my business, but they can't because of this, and it's a whole thing. Changes to shipping in general. I've had to put tracked shipping on all of my stuff, which 99% of people are coming back to me and saying, like, the cost of shipping is why they're not ordering from me. And that's something that's out of my control. It's not like me trying to be greedy and pocket some extra cash. It is literally the cost of Royal Mail, and then the cost of packaging. And then Etsy also take a cut of the, like, taxes on the shipping cost as well, because lots of people will put in their item is really low and then the shipping is really high, so they could get away with, like, not paying the additional fees. It was a whole thing with eBay, it followed on with Etsy, and it's been a thing that's been around for years, but because of all that, so, like, literally when I charge, like, a certain price, I end up being taxed so much that I still end up having to pay for shipping out of my own pocket. Like, it's still ridiculous, or packaging out of my own pocket. And it's just getting to the point now where that's becoming really difficult. Like, my partner and I don't drive. It would be great if we did, because then I could maybe try and work on my anxiety a bit and do, like, some cons and stuff, or like markets and fairs and things. And that'd be really lovely to do, but just right now, being able to sell online, I did think about swapping it so I only ship to the UK and just be in a UK business, but it's just been so much work this last year for literally, like, 2 out of 3 orders that I have got this year have been to America, so it doesn't really bode well. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about that. Um, it is something that I would love to revisit. I don't want to say, like, "This is the end, that's that." While it is goodbye for now, I do carry a small torch of hope that in 4 to 5 years' time, we will own our own home, potentially be driving and be able to have that studio space, or at least have a place that I could soundproof and make like a really quality space to be able to dedicate the time that it deserves unhindered, and get back to my dreams and just really enjoy it. But for now, the money that I was blowing on listings and supplies and ads and all that sort of stuff will definitely be spent on supporting other people's handmade businesses, buying stickers and doing pen pal stuff with artsy swaps. And I have a lot of fun things planned in the very near future, not even in 2025, like literally it's happening now. More planner stuff, artsy stuff, witchy stuff, gaming. So it's not all doom and gloom, and I'm trying to keep a bit calm, but because I am very excited. It's bittersweet that my business is closing down. I am really heartbroken and cut up about it. Last week was quite difficult for me, which is why this video is coming out so late. But right now, I am just like in a really good place with it. Like I said, I hope it's not forever. I do have future plans. Yeah, so and then like I said, there's lots of fun things that I'm putting in, getting back to my art and doing artsy things and trades and swaps and stuff with friends, and hopefully I'll just be able to be more creative and not feeling guilty about it as well. Anyway, getting back to my art, I have a bunch of planner freebies on my coffee, or you can tip donate to whatever you deem fit if you can afford to or you want to. That's completely optional. I really don't mind. I wouldn't do it if I didn't want to. I'm also looking at collaborating with my friend Jody, who owns Crafty Planning Shop on Etsy and craftyplanningshop.co.uk eShop. I definitely recommend going and using her eShop because things are a little bit less, and there's also some discount codes for her shop. I will put all of her information in the description below, including her Instagram, which is at Crafty Planning. So her Etsy and her eShop are Crafty Planning Shop. Her Instagram is Crafty Planning. As said, I'll put links below. And I'm also hoping to be doing some PR stuff for her, as well as designing some stickers for her. And we're exploring collaboration ideas there as well. And there's a lot of excitement there. She is in sort of a bit of a personal bereavement situation, which I'm not going to go into because that's her business. But if you can support her and help her with funding a move, would be absolutely amazing. Like any support that you can give her would be absolutely fantastic and just well received. I'm absolutely sure. And I also have a couple of hauls that I have from her, and I will link those below as well. Oh, right, yes. What else? I'm also hoping to bring more my witchy self to my planners and to my YouTube videos. I did set up myself as a witch's plans and a witch's imagination and a witch's blah blah blah. And then I kind of sort of held myself back because I was frightened of what people would think or what people would say. And so I wasn't really 100% my authentic self, which is massively due to my anxiety, which is a big thing that I've been working on this year. My word of the year this year was try, and I have definitely been trying at so many different aspects. I didn't even realize how much that word would impact me this year. So yeah, so it's been a huge game changer to literally just try new things, try new foods, try new workouts, try new exercise, try new lifestyles, try new foods. Did I say foods? I think I said foods. Just there's been a lot. It's been a lot. I'm very excited. I'm happy. I'm in a good place. I promise. So yeah, so I'm hoping to bring more of my witchy self and my witchy stuff to this. I'm truly hoping, um, as a self-claimed goth witch of dark academia, that I'll be able to incorporate that and figure out how to make that work on my YouTube and my Instagram. But I have a lot of ideas as a creative person, as a content creator that I want to be. So we'll watch this space and we'll see what happens. So yeah, so being more my authentic self, less filtered. I'm hoping to have the corner of my bedroom done and my desk done by my birthday, which is December the 20th. I am a Sagittarius. Or at the latest by Christmas. it is what I've asked my mum for this year, and it's the only thing that I've really asked for. I've dropped a few hints for, like, other things, because he keeps saying, like, that he can't just, do my desk, for me, which, yeah, anyway. But it's the one thing that I keep saying that I want, like, for my birthday and Christmas is I want my desk done. I want my corner of my room done. I want to have all my stuff so I can plan and I can be creative and I can do. Last year, I asked for audio equipment so that it would improve the quality of my audio so I could film when there was, like, kids around or when the dogs were around. By kids, I mean, like, the nursery school, making excessive noise. And hopefully I could use the audio equipment to be more filtered and more polished and put together. It is still in the original boxes. He bought me, like, the top expensive audio equipment for, like, music recording quality stuff because he is amazing. And it's all still in boxes in the corner of the room, and I feel so guilty. But anyway, calm down, breathe. So it's what I've asked my mum for this year. That's more or less what's happening with my Etsy, more or less what's happening in my personal planner slash social media life. Um, Speaking of, I am going to be leaving my social media accounts related to my A Witch's Charm business up with a disclaimer that my shop is closed down. But that's in case I do flip flop and want to come back to it in a few years, because my biggest regret with my old business was that I deleted all my social media and everything, and all, like, my fan base and clientele and everything. I did, yeah, regret that. So I'm either abandoning or deactivating some of my socials that are not my Instagram. Instagram just seems to be the style of media that I prefer. So I'll definitely put my several Instagram links, and my link tree in the video description. I'm also going to be archiving some of my YouTube and Instagram content. It's just not really the vibe that I'm going for, or I feel I could do better, or it didn't receive the response that I hoped, and I don't know. I'm in a little bit of a weird place about that. So I'm going to be archiving some of my YouTube and Instagram content for personal reasons. Don't worry about that. I will not be getting rid of any of the good stuff. I promise. So moving swiftly on. So I grabbed these Midori page tabs. In all honesty, I actually created a TikTok, and I think it was Meg Stationery Lover on there who showed she'd used the Midori index tabs for on her Hobonichi Weeks. I've since uninstalled TikTok as I disliked what TikTok was pushing me on my feed. It was a lot of not nice and triggering content and all absolutely nothing to do with planners or stationery. Anyways, I found these tabs on an Etsy shop from Japan, including shipping. They were £11 and 10, and no additional import fees or shipping costs or anything was incurred, which was amazing. They did arrive in a week or two, and the handwritten letter was incredibly sweet and almost brought me to tears. It was so unexpected. Honestly, guys, I will link my unboxing video below for this. It was in my last Etsy haul. I was absolutely blown away. I was not expecting. The shop is called Moji Stationery. It is based in Japan, and just wow, guys, like, such a sweet letter. I'd absolutely buy from them again. I definitely would probably get these tabs again maybe next year. I did buy the blue ones, and there's a pink set and a grey set, and I think there's a rainbow set as well, but I don't know if they carry it. I kind of wish I got the grey, but it did look more grey brown. And I thought I'd rather have the blue because that goes with my whole crow and raven vibe that I'm wanting to do. And my future cover plans for my Goth Witch Dark Academia. Crow ravens are kind of COVID type birds are kind of like my thing, along with, like, other, dark creatures such as, like, bats and then pandas. And, well, I know pandas are not dark creatures. Um, I'm a big animal person, but I love my birds, and specifically crow, raven, jackdaw kind of birds. Anyway, so I'm hoping to create, like, a witchy cover, and I'm quite excited for the plans that I've got. I was considering if I should paint it, but I don't, like, yeah, anyway. So I got these Midori tabs, and I bought them in blue, and they're actually a lot more blue than I anticipated them being, but I'm not upset about it. Then from Shein, I purchased some Gothic nail decal stickers, which are smaller than the ones that I previously got on AliExpress. And these the Midori tabs that you get, they're numbered 1 to 12. And I figured I could use these nail stickers to put the month initials on the tabs. and use one set on my weeks and then the other set on my notes section where I'm planning on doing my journaling. So for now, I'm going to keep the second set for my journal in the back section of my planner. I might put an extra pocket in the back for stickers and stuff. I'm not quite sure yet, but for now they fit fine. And I will put links and prices and all that stuff in the information below. But I really like how this turned out. Like, really like how this turned out. I am a little bit worried that the stickers might come off over time, so I could add a little bit of tape over it, like a poor man's laminating. But I honestly think, like, I'm not going to be doing anything really crazy with this. So I think it'll hold up fine. We'll see. While I had a slightly difficult time making decisions, I did have a lovely time. And putting these pages together, there's still a little bit of space as well. And I'm just really happy. And I hope that I will still be happy for the next year with it. I also plan to use one of my printable monthly calendars in the internal cover each month as a quickie reference, which I have free in my coffee, and it's Northern Hemisphere or at least UK moon phases, or I have a version that's just a calendar without moon information. The 2025 ones are different from the 2024 ones. They are taller, more business card sort of size, but that will be a separate video that is yet to come. And for now, I think that's everything with my setup. So I've waffled way too much. I hope you like what I did. Perhaps got some ideas for yourself. Definitely feel free to subscribe if you haven't, and or follow me on Instagram. I'll be using a plethora of stickers and different sticker shops, including freebies, cheap China stickers, Japanese products, Happy Mail, pen pal swaps, and such. And yeah, if you made it to the end, please leave a comment about either your favorite thing I did in this video, or what you would do or have done differently, or what you did do. If you have a Hobonichi Weeks video or Instagram, definitely drop your links below in the comments because I'd love to check that out. Be sure you've liked this video. There's also the bell if you're not getting notifications of my future videos. You should be. As my schedule is changing, I'm not going to be doing weekly videos every Thursday. I feel like I'd rather bring you a quality video when I have something to say rather than trying to forcefully get a video out to you every Thursday. So definitely hit the bell for notifications so then you don't miss those. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at A Witch's Plans and that you've got notifications or favorites turned on for me there as well. And well, I'm pretty sure by now you know what to do. So please share this video and or watch some of my other videos. I'll definitely link a whole bunch of things in the description below. I'm not at all sponsored or anything for this video. So yeah. Blessings for now. I hope your 2025 is amazing, and I'll see you before then.